Hey, Ohara, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Just want to go back into your past a little bit and just tell me how you got into boxing.
How I got into boxing, I remember I got kicked out of school. I was young, probably 16, something like that. And there was a youth club. And, we used to go there, play pool, snooker, relax, chill. It was a chill spot for us. And then they had a boxing coach that came in. And everyone went in the hall and started to get gloves on and started to box. And that week I was like, nah, forget boxing. Boxing ain't my thing. So I didn't go there that week. And then the following Wednesday, the same coach came back. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. And I went back every single Wednesday. I went back to the point where when the funding stopped, they couldn't afford him anymore, he got my phone number and took me down a boxing gym. And he kept me in the boxing gym every day because I wasn't in school. I got kicked out of my school. So he had me in a boxing gym every day, and he kept me there from the morning until night. I was the first one in the gym and the last one out. I know it's what people say sometimes. Sometimes people say first one in the gym, last one out. That actually was me at one time of my life, and I'm still doing it today.
Yeah, I mean, he must have seen some potential in you then to actually bother to ring you up and get you in.
I don't think it was the potential because I wasn't good. When I first got into boxing, I wasn't good. I think it was more the consistency. And he was a big believer in whether you're good at something or not, if you're consistent, you will learn it. And they say that hard work will beat talent if talent doesn't work hard. And I believe that's me. I believe I'm a little bit talented, but I'm a hard worker ultimately.
I read somewhere that you said that if you hadn't stuck with the boxing, then you could have got into quite a lot of bother.
Do you know what's funny about that? Only today I was speaking to one of my friends and from the area that I come from, and I started asking him about all my other friends, and only today I realised that a lot of them are in jail. And people that I went to school with, and they were the smart ones in school, people that got the grades, and today they're in jail. And these are the people that I used to hang around with on a daily basis. So I know that if I stayed around them, I would have followed the same path, because you're only as good as the people that you hang around with.
Yeah, I know it's sort of almost a bit of peer pressure as well. If everyone else is doing it, then you have to sort of get involved, don't you?
Exactly. Yeah, so that's why I'm always thankful that I got into boxing. I feel like boxing should be in every area, in every youth club, because in the ghetto, I'll say is bundles of untouched potential. People there, they've got all the potential in the world, and that genius level talent is in them. They just have to find it. I feel like we should be putting opportunities out in these areas. I'm just one person that got into boxing. There could be another Ohara Davies in 100 different areas, but we're not going to find them because boxing's not in their youth clubs, it's not in their youth centres. So we tell them to not do crime. We tell them we tell them what they shouldn't do, but we don't give them opportunities to find what they should and what they want to do.
And so when you're obviously taken on, and like you say, you were first in, last out of the gym, when did you start to realise, actually, I could make some money out of doing this?
My second fight as an amateur. My second fight as an amateur, I knocked this guy out. Boom, round 2. And I just threw the right hand and he was on the floor. And I looked up to my coach at that time, Tony Sese. I was like, this guy's on the floor. He was like, yeah, son, you've caught him with a good shot. Well, this boxing thing could work. And, I won all my fights as an amateur, and I realised that I could be good at this, as long as it wasn't more something that I was looking at making a career out of. It was just something that I loved. It was a hobby. I wasn't about the money. I wasn't thinking about the money because there wasn't any money. I wasn't thinking about the future, fame and cars. I was just thinking about, I love what I do. It was a hobby, and a hobby turned into a job.
Yeah, and now here you are. You've got a fight coming up against Jack Catterall. Win that, and it's probably not going to be long before you're in for a world title.
100%. I've been working hard for this fight. If there's any camp that I've ever worked hard for, it's been this camp. Catterall is a good opponent. I'm beaten. I'm coming into this fight as the challenger. I've got the underdog's mindset, the underdog's mentality, and I'm coming to take over. I'm not training 24/7 for no reason. If I'm working this hard in the gym, there has to be a positive outcome. And I refuse to lose. I refuse.
And I know you're confident, but it's fair to say he's no pushover, whatever you sort of joke and say about this and that and the other. I mean, he's a decent fighter, isn't he?
He's not decent. He's a good fighter. He's a really good fighter. This is the biggest fight of his boxing career. It's not the biggest fight of my boxing career. I've been under those lights. I know how to handle I know how to handle it when there's a fight of this magnitude, which is why you see me, I'm cool, calm, relaxed. There's no hostility about me. I've been in bigger fights than this. So I know how to handle it. I know how to stay cool, calm, collected. And that's what's going to be used to my advantage on October the 6th.
Okay, just final couple of questions. A few years ago, you visited the Mayweather gym, which I think gave you the inspiration in a way. Yeah, just talk us through that, how that came about, and then,
I was under Tunde Ajayi at the time. Me, Anthony Yard, Junior Saba, us three went out to Vegas, visited Floyd's gym. We met 50 Cent a couple of times, and it was more inspiring. I was so inspired because I used to watch Floyd every single day on YouTube. I watched every single one of his fights to the point where I know what happens at what second. I know what the commentator says. Like, I knew it word for word, and I knew everything about Floyd. So I went to his gym and I saw him, and he was in the ring sparring, and I saw the cars that I only see on the TV. I saw all the Bugattis and all the amazing cars, and like, I was in Vegas, waking up in Vegas, and then I met 50 Cent, and that time I realized I'm around these guys. Like, he's a human being just like me. If he can do it and I work hard, I can also do it. So that's what inspired me to turn pro and to wanna become successful.
And just last question, did he also influence you in the way how you sell a fight, Mayweather? I mean, the way you go about a bit of the trash talking, bit of that.
It's Mayweather, Ali, Muhammad Ali, and ultimately WWE wrestling. I've been a massive wrestling fan from when I was young. I used to love people like Stone Cold, Steve Austin, who just didn't care. Can I swear? Yeah. He didn't give a Stone Cold, he walks into that ring, he don't give a toss about anyone. He walks into the ring, he climbs on every corner of that ring, the beers get thrown and like he catches it. Every single time, he don't miss it. I'm not sure how. And it all pulls down. I'm like, he's drinking beer before a fight. This guy didn't care, and just that wildness and the fact that he didn't care, I was like, I want to be like him. I'm not going to care. I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to be free. I'm going to be me. A lot of these other boxers, they are confined to say this, say that. They're put in a box. I'm a free man, and I'm always going to be a free man. It has got me into trouble at times, but that's where my happiness comes from.
That's fine. But you won't drink beer before a fight?
I will never drink beer before a fight, or after. You know, I got to keep clean. The only places that see me after a fight, McDonald's, Burger King, Five Guys, Big Mo's, Wing Shack. What am I saying? I get Snickers, Twix, every chocolate you can think of, every unhealthy drink that you can think of. Pizza Hut, they all see me after the fight. So if any of them are watching this interview, you'll be seeing me soon. You'll be seeing me in your local KFC very, very soon.